A very warm welcome back to the latest aviation news recap. I do apologise for no video going live yesterday. However, I am back in action, taking a look at the latest industry developments. This includes A380 news, an airline that is grounding aircraft, and lastly, another one that is struggling to pay pilots on time. So certainly not the best aviation recap, if you will. But without further ado, let me get on to the first topic of today, and that's surrounding Turkish Airlines. That'll likely be forced to ground aircraft as the Pratt Whitney engine problems continue to impact not only them, but carriers right around the globe. The airline has confirmed that over 10 aircraft may be grounded before the closure of this calendar year, as it continues to see both A320 and A321 family jets impacted. Turkish Airlines joins a long list of carriers that are facing a similar fate, as the engine manufacturer is under increasingly more pressure to sort out not only global supply chain issues, but many other problems that are impacting its engines, which are equipped to Airbus aircraft. The Pratt Whitney crisis is really hurting these airlines that are reporting the problems. However, new reports that emerged only a couple of weeks ago really highlighted the issues and the depth of them, with the reports indicating that close to 350 Airbus planes would be grounded annually across the following years to help deal with the ongoing problem. This number is of course an estimation based on current forecasts and could potentially grow or reduce with time, but what it does provide to us is a guidance of just how this problem has been tracking. Thanks to contaminated metal being found in engine parts as highlighted by RTX, inspection rates of the engines would need to be increased to meet and oversee these problems being fixed. This is paired with the number of existing issues impacting these engines that have forced airlines in some cases to lease in cover and also, on a worst case scenario, reduce capacity across their network as they do plan for life without these aircraft for periods. Frustratingly for Turkish, the airline is already seeking continued expansions of its operations and has not ruled out potentially further groundings of aircraft with time, noting that a potential revision of the number being affected is absolutely more than possible. Wall Street Journal reports that Turkish Airlines isn't new to this problem, having already been impacted in August. Thus, you can imagine that frustrations will only grow as they try to limit the effects on their long-term operations with the impacted jets. On to the next topic of today, and that surrounds Bamboo Airways. Per Reuters, they're having a hard time within the industry, and some pilots are facing late salary payments as the airline restructures. According to people familiar with the matter, 10% of the airline's pilot staff departed in June, equating to 30 foreign pilots. Launching only in 2019, Bamboo Airways had hoped to be a leading choice within the Vietnamese market and operate a fuel-efficient fleet of new aircraft. However, its operations and general state as a company have been far from smooth since its launch. One of the biggest obstacles has been, yes, you could argue, the global pandemic, which did hurt their overall performance. However, paying employees late at the company is hardly, say, a new emerging headline. Bamboo is undergoing a major restructuring, which doesn't just include personnel, but also its route and fleet network, which will be cut substantially as they look to emerge in a more stable manner. Reducing the number of pilots is what Bamboo believes to be vital to achieve just some of these long-term plans. Since its overall conception, Bamboo has had pretty ambitious goals and what some would say is an unrealistic business model, going up against the already established Vietnam Airlines to compete in a market and launch services to all corners of the globe. Notably, the carrier also expressed interest at one point in acquiring the Boeing 777X as part of these future growth plans. They'll no doubt now have to be halted, but those generally close to the Vietnamese industry have always kept a close eye on developments at Bamboo. I've often received emails as well stating that while they have a ton of ambition, which is always fantastic, they do lack the direction necessary to propel them forward to achieve these ambitions. Not having the right direction can often be an attribute to why carriers experience a downfall, and in the case of Bamboo, Well, their operations have been far from smooth, and no doubt having a lack of direction and a focus that actually seems attainable is being a key catalyst as to why they're in the position that they find themselves in. According to comments sent to Reuters, Bamboo will look to notably streamline its fleet. This does include removing certain fleet types. While not confirmed, you can expect this to take place as they'll look to change what they operate with time. Ultimately, what they want to do is stop the bleeding, which is in the form of losses as quickly as possible. Late payments to staff, though, as revealed by Reuters, can hardly be viewed as a good look either. On to the next topic, and that's Global Airlines, which is a startup carrier seeking to begin services in 2024 with an all Airbus A380 fleet, has partnered with HiFly to speed up the jet's entry into service program. As the pair works together on developing and maintaining the 4 A380 aircraft that Global says it has already acquired. The startup does believe that HiFly is the perfect one to help them speed up the process. As you may recall, HiFly is the only other company that has operated a second-hand Airbus A380, with the second-hand market all but being dead until Global Airlines emerged, with their ambitious plans of utilising London Gatwick as a base to launch Airbus A380 services right around the globe. Global Airlines says that the pair's short-term focus will be on the EIS and the RTS processes for Global's first aircraft, which should commence in the coming months ahead if they are, of course, to meet that really ambitious 2024 launch. Plans are also in place for the collaboration to potentially grow over time. Global cites a shared belief and passion for the aircraft as a key reason behind this partnership moving ahead. Yes, HiFly did have a short stint operating the A380 for charter services and leasing missions. However, it was eventually forced to remove the aircraft due to many issues in actually keeping it within the company. Global Airlines seems to have pushed past all the criticism and all the doubts surrounding the A380 as a plane, especially for a startup, and is still powering ahead with these launch plans. Although you could definitely argue there are many underlying issues that most would argue need addressing, and while the company doesn't address these, they continue to power forward. With authorization to fly worldwide and 35,000 flights per year for a base of 140 airlines, Global Airlines is very much excited about the partnership and the future opportunities ahead with HiFly. What are your thoughts on that partnership and, of course, just what's going on at Global Airlines? I'd love to hear your thoughts. That's going to conclude today's aviation news recap. Again, an apologies goes out for not publishing a video yesterday. Don't worry though, these will continue to ramp up and I will not take a day off to compensate the missing video. Again, if you have any thoughts on the topics covered in today's video, whether that be with struggling airlines, aircraft being grounded, or something else in between, make sure to drop them down below in the comments, and also stay tuned for the same time tomorrow when another one of these will go live. Take care and be safe, and I'll see you next time.